baby, welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils post-game show. We're happy. I'm joined by Anthony Totri for the first time. Welcome on. A great time to join. Arizona State Sun Devils defeat the Utah Utes at home in thrilling fashion, 64-62. As always, the show is brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up and get your free money. Totri, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
First ASU basketball game since I've been back, and I'm not saying it's a coincidence, but they did win in pretty dramatic fashion. So,
have you been known to be dramatic?
Depends who you ask.
Yeah.
But more likely than not, depending on who you ask, they will definitely say I'm dramatic at times. But I don't think anything was as dramatic as the way ASU finished that game.
Man, it's so weird. There's so many things to get to in this game. Mainly my biggest gripe with the loss would have been free throw shooting. Luckily they were able to escape that because they won the game and it didn't end up mattering, but my God, it was bad. What did they finish? 3 of 13?
3 of 12, 25%.
3 of 12. Unbelievable. Sun Devils really eked this one out against, look, let's not get too excited. This Utah team has now lost 6 straight. They did play some close games in their losing streak, but still, it's not a massive win. The momentum part comes from Arizona State getting that monkey off their back and winning a game in the Pac-12 after not winning a game for almost or over a month now because of all the postponements and losing 3 straight before this. It just feels so damn good. It feels so good.
And we talked about it a little bit before of just how important this game was going into it. ASU hadn't played a game in a couple of weeks. They hadn't won a game in almost a month, maybe even a little over a month. So, and their schedule doesn't get any easier. So this was a must win to salvage anything really in their season.
Yeah, look, there were so many people saying this team has given up, and I'm so against that because you see it in games like this. Yeah, they're struggling to shoot the ball, but people they care clearly, and it's easy to say that they're trying hard because this is what they do. They're basketball players for a reason, but you can kind of see sometimes them leaning in and out of it. But this team hasn't given up on the year yet. Look, I still think Bagley will come back if they can put some wins together. This game, if they would have lost this would have scared me because as I was telling you before the show, the schedule is so tough coming up. They're at Stanford on Saturday. 9 p.m. start, by the way. Stanford's very hot right now. They're playing a lot better. And then they have the gauntlet of at USC, at U of A, at home against USC, and at home against UCLA, who are all top 20 teams. Obviously, Arizona now moving up to 3.
And then they're at Washington, right?
Yeah, and then they're at Washington, who plays a zone, and they don't do well against zones. So I don't even want to talk about that. But it could have easily turned into like a 10-game losing streak. This game, getting this win, so big for the Sun Devils, and I know there probably weren't a lot of eyes on it because it was MLK Day, Monday at 2 p.m., but trust me, it's a big one. It's a big one.
Oh, I think for me, Kamani Lawrence really showed just his experience in this game. A guy who's been here for feels like forever, but he just showed so much of a veteran presence. We talked again a little bit before that ASU needed to have a guy with 20 or more points. Only happened twice so far this season. Kamani just falling short at 18 points, but you could really see his value in a game like today.
Absolutely. And we were talking kind of before and during the game that Kamani was such an integral part of this team early in the year when they were winning bye games essentially and not great teams, but still, I mean, it gave this team some extra energy when he would have those double-double. I mean, he had like 3 double-doubles or 4 double-doubles in a row, and we hadn't seen that yet. Only 5 boards for him tonight, but 18 rebounds, or 18 points rather, I'm sorry. And then 4 of those 5 boards were offensive, which is just ridiculous that you're getting the bulk of your rebounds offensively. The spark that it adds, points aside, stats aside, it's so important for a team like this who really needs that jolt sometimes. They really need to benefit off the swagger, and when they get steals, this team plays better. And it's not even just playing fast, but it's just emotion when they need a big emotional plays to get them going sometimes. And it's not ideal, but that's kind of how Bobby Hurley teams have always been.
Yeah. And it wasn't like runs. This team wasn't going on 10-0, 12-0 runs. This was a lot of a little bit here, a little bit there. And it was really, it's sad to say, but it was almost as who could be better for just a couple more possessions. And that's exactly what it was. Utah had a chance at the end there, maybe a little bit misjudging on the timeouts by their coach, but overall, ASU was the better team today. Maybe not by much, but at the end of the day,
it's all that matters.
A win's a win,
As
right?
you see.
What do you think of Bobby's coaching today?
Look, there are so many. It's so hard to say because you don't know if the offensive struggles are predicated strictly on Bobby's coaching or the lack of movement without the ball, which can also be said about Bobby's coaching.
Yeah.
Still, there's lapses in judgment with play calling, I think, and I don't even know if it's him. I think it's just the way they play with that slow Princeton. But I did see a couple more sets that I just saw offensive sets besides the Princeton and the one-on-one ISO stuff. You saw a couple high-low actions. You saw more dribble handoffs that Jalen Graham, as I said earlier, his only move is a fake dribble handoff, and it works 90% of the time. It's amazing. So I thought there was better offense for sure. Again, I didn't see enough of the press that I really like. We only saw it, I think, once in the first half for like 3 possessions, and then that was it. But yeah, look, I haven't been one to been calling for him to be fired yet. I know a lot of people have. And
you said yet.
Yes, yet. And I understand why, because a lot of it does seem like it comes from coaching. But just wait. Let's just wait a little bit. There's still a lot of ball to be played left, a lot of cancellations and postponements. Just see where this team goes. Maybe this win can give them that extra oomph they need to finish the year strong.
Oh yeah, they had sparks where you're like, okay, this is really coming together for a couple possessions.
Mm-hmm.
What they led by 6, I think, was the biggest lead for them.
Yeah,
they didn't shoot great overall. They ended up finishing, I believe, just over 41%. Not great from beyond the arc, 26%. And then we mentioned the free throw percentage, but they won the game.
Yeah.
So imagine what this team can do, especially against some of these other Pac-12 teams that aren't very good.
I know. And it's so good to get this win because I've been saying this for so long that this team, despite its struggles, some of the games before all the postponements and stuff, some of the games that they've lost that were close, they were in some of the games in the battle for Atlantis, but it was without Bagley. And they still haven't had a great game from Marreon Jackson. Jay Heath had a good game at Oregon, but late in the game. DJ Horns had a few really good games, but they haven't put a complete effort together. Yeah. And I just can't imagine what this team will look like if they do end up putting that complete game together. Because Marreon was a lot better tonight. I will 100% say that. Finally, he only finished with 10 points on 2 of 6 from 3, 4 of 10 from the field. But even he only finished with 4 assists, which is around the number he usually has, 5 to 6. But he should have had way more. He was finding open people like he always does. He has such a high basketball IQ, such good court vision, and he can really be the head of the snake for this team. And he didn't start tonight, which was the first time in a while.
DJ Horn looked like he was going to take over this game at the start. Mm-hmm. I believe he had 13 points at the half.
Yeah.
And finished with 13, so he didn't really score in the second half. But kind of what I mentioned earlier, Kamani Lawrence coming out of nowhere. They got it done. Mm-hmm. We mentioned that we felt like it was a must-win game for ASU. Do you think this was a must-win game for Bagley's future here, a must-win game for Hurley's future here?
I think Hurley's almost a must-win game because they slide if they lose this game. I think that some players might check out. I'm not questioning the integrity of the players wanting to play, but still, it's just hard to want to keep winning games after you're getting. If they would have lost by double digits, I think that would be it. But maybe not for sure a must win. But in our eyes, it felt like it. And I can't really say anything on the Bagley thing because I just don't know the updates. I mean, last week a couple days ago, Hurley said that he had a setback because of COVID and illness and stuff. But I just can't get myself to believe that it's a true setback. I mean, we haven't heard much about the knee. Like what's going on? There's no timetable for return. He's still out there when they're warming up. Like he doesn't warm up, obviously, but he's still out there dressed out, clapping, talking to people. So I believe he still wants to play, but yeah, if they lose this game and lose 6 more in a row or whatever, I don't know why you would come back as an NBA prospect.
And we talked a lot about their offense, but I think defensively ASU was the better team today by far, forcing 14 turnovers compared to the 8 that Utah forced. And just overall, if you go back to the last 3 minutes of that game, right? If Jenkins doesn't knock down that ridiculous fadeaway,
I thought the game was over.
Yeah, it probably should have been at that point, but Utah's that bad.
Yeah.
If that shot doesn't go in, I don't think ASU fans are sweating, right? Because you've got that lead, you've got possession. That was just a lucky shot that had gone in. Like, he even tried to heat check the following possession and got called for an offensive foul.
That was one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever seen. Like, I've seen bad heat checks before, but a heat check after you bank in the three on the same shot and then you kick your leg out trying to draw a foul and get called for one yourself, that was terrible. And it truly was which team was worse tonight. I don't think either team really won this game. I think Utah really lost it. I think ASU did make a case for winning it at the end. I mean, Jalen Graham, so surprisingly, having 2 good games back to back, still just some really, really questionable shot selection, not only for him, but for the entire team. I mean, first of all, I don't need Alonzo Gaffney shooting threes. He's not a terrible shooter. I'm not going to say he's like the worst shooter on the court, but you have so many other options from the 3-point line. You have Jay Heath, DJ Horn, and even Marreon Jackson at times tonight. There's no need for Alonzo Gaffney shooting threes. I know Jalen Graham took a couple at the start of the year, and he hasn't since then. But the turnaround face up with 7 seconds left on the shot clock from the high elbow from Jalen Graham halfway through that second half was just the epitome of ASU. That's what their offense is a lot of the time. I really hope the shot goes in, not let's go get a good one.
Yeah. This was big for fans, though, I think, too.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't a whole lot of fans at the game or in the arena. You could see it. But, again, you mentioned the holiday. It's a Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But overall, I think just this fan base needed to get a win.
I needed this.
Needed some energy to, like, get back into the rest of the season because, quite honestly, the rest of this schedule, there is that stretch that you talked about where they've got USC twice. They've got UCLA.
They still have to reschedule the other game against UCLA, which is at UCLA. They haven't rescheduled that yet. So, and
then Arizona.
You got Arizona.
You talked about, we always joke the 70-7, right? You don't think that's going to be a thing after they play?
If they would have lost this game, I would have said that for sure. But maybe string some wins together before then. Maybe you beat Stanford and USC. This is a good time to play them right now. You know, they're a really good team, and Isaiah Mobley is one of the best players in the Pac-12 right now. But still, this is a better time to play them than as hot as they were at the start of the year. You steal one of those 2 games, you know, they might compete a little bit just because it's so easy to get up for a game against U of A. U of A does have the number 1 scoring offense in the nation. They have no sign of slowing down. They demolished this Utah team. They demolished the Colorado team that ASU lost to. This gives me a little more hope, but I do fear, 70-7 might be outshadowed by 106-38.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. 75, 80 point loss.
Yeah,
that would do it. What do you think it's going to take? Like, obviously, there's a lot of things that need to change for ASU to get string together these consistent wins. But if you had to pinpoint like one thing that you want to see ASU carry over from today's game to the rest, what is it that's going to string together these wins?
That the first 15 minutes of the game, they were getting better shots than they have been all year.
Yeah.
They were getting layups at the rim. And I think the biggest person at influence was Marreon Jackson. His first shot of the game was a layup. And just seeing the ball go through the hoop for a guy like him who's struggling from the field really helps. So it's getting easy shots early in the game. You get a couple layups for Jay Heaths and DJ Horns and Marreons and even like a Jemiah Neal who shouldn't be shooting threes, but we'll get to that later. Just guys like that getting early buckets, like easy shots that should go in and go in early in the game, just gives them confidence. And I think that's the biggest thing this team needs is confidence, because you can see they run this slow, methodical offense, and 20 seconds in the shot clock, it's like, okay, DJ Horn, shoot a 22-footer, like that's a 2 and it goes in, but what does that really tell you,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. What about you?
I mean, if they can crash the glass, I mean, they were looking at it. I'm pretty sure they were out rebounded just by 1. But the way they crashed the offensive glass was really promising, especially after some of those just head scratching shots. But you figure if you can get some second chance points like that, and if you can get some veteran play like Kamani Lawrence did tonight with those 18 points and get that consistently, I think that brings that confidence, like not only today, but across the board. If these guys can look at Lawrence as kind of the stable point, right? A guy who's been here for a couple seasons, played under Hurley, they've got that trust. When you've got a veteran that's, night in, night out, putting up 15 points and double, like that is bound to get other guys confidence. And when you have those second chance points,
Yeah.
like you're bound to string together some of these wins.
ASU needed Kamani Lawrence to have a big game on the offensive glass tonight because they gave up 15 of their own offensive rebounds, and it was one of the most frustrating things about this game. But luckily, they played a team like Utah. And if they showed up like this to any other team in the Pac-12, I think they would have lost, aside from Oregon State. Which can ASU play them already? I mean, for the love of God. They play Oregon State on February 19th. Okay.
It's not coming soon enough.
No, it's not. Well, you know what? It is coming soon enough. I did this, and so did Sean. I'm going to check the score of the Coyotes game right now.
Oh, the Arizona parlay.
Oh, yes. The Arizona parlay that I placed on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It is final. The Coyotes win in this. This was funny. 2 p.m. Monday, ASU plays the two of the worst teams of the Pac-12 play in Arizona State. I'm sorry. I just said that. I know I've been so nice to you guys all year, but
It's
I'm sorry.
fair, though.
It's fair. And the Coyotes and the Canadians, who are two of the worst teams in the NHL, are playing at the same time, 2 p.m. on Monday. The Coyotes win 5-2. Somebody mentioned this on the PHNX Bets Discord, which if you haven't joined the Discord, do that. Become a member at Go PHNX. But they placed an all Arizona parlay because the Suns are in action, Arizona State was in action, Coyotes were in action, and the Cardinals are in action tonight. And the only team they didn't have in it was the Coyotes. I'm like, you can trust the Coyotes? Come on. So I went on DraftKings and made a bet on my own. I threw $10 to win like $240 on the Coyotes -1.5, which they covered. ASU -1.5, which they covered.
Wow.
And that now I'm just waiting for the Cardinals and the Suns. I have the Cardinals money line, the Suns spread.
And Suns feel like a lot.
The spread, I don't know. It's 4.5. No DA, but we'll see. But if you want to make a bet like that, or if you don't trust your Arizona teams and you want to fade them, like if you want to fade the Sun Devils against USC or Arizona, that might be a smart bet. But you can make that bet at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable, and most of all, you can just have fun with it. Make some fun same game parlays tonight. And right now for new members, you can bet just $5 on this wildcard game tonight on the money line of either team. And if either of your team that you picked wins, you get $280 in free bets. Fantastic offer right now at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. You've been having fun with it lately?
Oh, 100%, especially wildcard weekend. Everything except New England. I teased them up to +7.5.
Oh,
thought it was a lock.
I liked that, yeah.
And sure enough, Buffalo comes out just like
playing the perfect offensive game.
With
literally.
It was like 20 or 30 years of just built up offensive anger, and they just let it all out. Like when you have like an offensive guard score a touchdown, you're up 30 points. Like
it's
Bill
so
just
mean.
needed to wave the white flag and go there. But I see those promos all the time, and I'm so jealous of like new customers that get those, because I'm like, I feel like I didn't get that one. That one's free. That one's easy.
I've been degenerate for too long.
Right? Can I restart?
Yeah, but if you haven't done that yet, download it today. Use that promo code PHNX, bet just $5 and get 56-1 odds on either team tonight on the money line. That's $280 in free bets if your team wins. It's promo code PHNX this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app, and an official sports betting partner of the NFL. That's 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. All right, Totri, welcome into the best segment of all of PHNX. It's the lyric of the game. Ooh, baby, I'm singing again because ASU won. This one comes from Adele. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Woo! Arizona State shocks the world and beats
the whole world.
Beats Utah by 2 points. I cannot believe it. No, but in all seriousness, I just mean, oh my God, I can't believe it, because Jalen Graham had 2 great games back to back and ended up with the game-winning bucket, a turnaround hook shot to win. My God, I cannot believe that went in.
And they held on to it. Like that lyric, not only for like Jalen Graham, but for like they had a lead. They blew it for a quick second, and they found a way to just hang on and win the game as they should.
The 3 that banked put them down 3. Yeah. Like they had to fight back from that.
With a couple minutes left. It wasn't like there was 5, 6. It was like 2:30 left, I think, when he banked in that shot.
This team has heart. This team has heart. They just might not be that good. That's okay. I did want to get your take on this. We posted this on Twitter the other day. And this might have been your idea. I'm not going to lie. Totri, which one of these players would you like to have back?
Oh, my gosh. Can I get Scott as coach? I know a couple of people have said that might change some things, but I feel like if you're looking for the offensive consistency, right? I know this team's got a lot of guard play already, but like I'm totally comfortable benching some of those guys for the beard. Like if I'm taking James Harden here,
I can't bench Marreon. I'm sorry. Even though he got benched tonight, I can't do it.
For James Harden?
I love him too much.
Oh, man. Well, I got to go with the beard because I think he dropped on. To preface that, are these players still going up? Like, am I getting James Harden against like today's Utah team?
You're getting James Harden in college.
Okay, so I'm getting what he. Okay, I'm still taking James.
Yeah.
I'm still taking James. I think he drops 40 a night against some of these like Pac-12 teams. Like, this isn't a game if James Harden's playing.
No.
The Oregon State game gets turned off at halftime because they're up by so much. Even with James Harden now, I think they have a shot against Arizona. And I know that's going to get people in the comments, people, whatever. But, like,
I don't think that's that bold. James Harden's a game changer, a team changer. Like,
I just, you need him.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, right, with Bobby on the sidelines. I feel like we don't see Bobby's face nearly as red if James is on the court.
Well, speaking of Bobby Hurley, I'll tweet this out later. This is the first win in a while. So, guys, in the comments, drop what Bobby Hurley you're feeling tonight. Personally, I'm going to go with number 4 because he's kind of mad. No, I'm going 9.
That's where I'm at.
That's where I'm at. I'm 9.
Like, that face says it all.
For sure.
And then, okay, 9 for the end of the game, but I'm a 2 watching that last shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I'm a 3 watching the banked in 3.
Oh, God, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, I love this so much.
The Bobby Hurley mood board.
You know how hard it was to find pictures of him smiling? It was almost impossible.
They have to be in post-game pressers, right? They can't. There's none on the court.
No, 0 chance. Has he ever smiled on the court? Maybe after a win. But during the game, no.
Maybe after the Kansas win.
Yeah.
I want to see Bobby's face, and this is going to sting. I want to see Bobby's face when he gets the call that Remy Martin's leaving. Like, I want to see just what Hurley's face.
You had to bring it there?
Like. I had
you had to?
Because you know that reaction, like, was something special. Like, the pain that we're going to feel that we don't get to see that, I think is almost as bad as Remy leaving. Like, just a little
He was
bit.
so done with ASU, though.
I mean, after watching ASU, like, they got the win. That's big today. Just, again, want to preface that ASU getting the win over Utah is big. But, you know, a lot of the season has been shaky, right? So you think Remy, although he's having kind of an average season at Kansas, but
you can't expect him to go crazy.
No, not nearly. He's not going to carry the way he did here. But, you know, he's looking back thinking, you know what, like, he made the best decision for his career.
Yeah.
And I think if you're an ASU fan, you got to respect that.
For sure.
Like, because, yeah, he left, he dipped out, whatever. But, like, a lot of these kids, like, how much of their future is reliant on what they do, you know, in this 1 to 3 year span, 1 to 4 year span. Like, so much of their future is riding on this that, like, I feel like you can't blame a 20-something-year-old kid for going somewhere to change his
and
life.
this program was so strange last year. I mean, there were so many things that were up in the air. Yeah, I wish him the best. It just wasn't the right fit for that last year.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't have made sense. I am a little disappointed that I wasn't at this game because I had been going to all of the last games covering them live. But
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
No, it's producer restriction. it's producer restriction for sure. So that would have been fun to go to for sure. I'm also glad I didn't go to the UC Riverside game though. So yeah, we'll take that in stride. What happens now? Do you think that they show up with the same amount of energy as they did in that second half at Stanford on Saturday?
Yes, I think they do. I don't think you can win a game like this after not playing for so long and then playing for as poorly as they did leading up to it. I think this is the type of energy that carries over. Like, I want to do an example of, you know, and this hurts, but the Raiders beating the Chargers, right? Like, the energy that came with the Raiders, I think ASU can bring that into these next couple of games, especially that upcoming one, with hopefully a better result than what the Raiders got this past weekend. But I feel like you have to have that kind of energy, right? Like, if I'm Bobby and my team wins this game at home First win at home in a while. Haven't played for 2 weeks. Veterans stepping up. We're getting a lot of consistency in the second half when it comes to scoring. Defensively, we're playing better. If your energy's not peak this next game, then I think that's a conversation that Ray needs to have with Bobby.
Yeah. Another question. The starting lineup was changed tonight completely.
Yeah.
A lot bigger than we've seen for the Sun Devils team in the past. It was DJ Horn, Jay Heath, and then 3 forwards in Kamani playing mainly the 3, Gaffney and Bochy at the front court. Did you like that, and do you think that continues? Gaffney had 0 points tonight.
God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He was 0 for 4, all from 3. That needs to change.
Just
that
let it
needs
fly.
to change. That's so bad.
As in they need to start falling, or he needs to just shoot more.
He needs to stop shooting because he's a
Stop
4.
shooting.
He's a 4 and 5. You have Jay Heath and DJ Horn, your 2 best 3-point shooters in the starting lineup. Why are you taking threes? The thing that glares out is not the 4 taking threes. It's that you didn't attempt a shot in the paint the entire game.
Yeah.
Or inside the arc in general.
It was just a weird shooting game from ASU.
It's always a weird shooting game, Totri.
Horn. I thought Horn was going for 25.
I did too.
Like I thought he was gonna have the biggest scoring game.
And it wasn't because he got cold. He just didn't shoot much in the second half. He finished 5 for 11 from the field in the entire game. So
the possessions in the second half felt like ASU got way fewer possessions in that second half. But a lot of that I feel like was the refs were itching to blow their whistles at the tiniest thing.
I tweeted this last game. I said, I don't think the refs are calling bad calls. I think they just like making sounds. And I think that was the case tonight. I think they just like blowing their whistles tonight.
Yeah. They were Pac-12 refs
for
in
sure.
Full effect.
Yeah. But yeah, do you think they stick with the starting lineup, or do you think Marreon gets put back in after a better game?
I stick with it.
Yeah.
There haven't been a lot of answers this season. You just won a close game. Again, I know it wasn't against a great opponent, but you got to roll with what's going. I
think Jalen Graham earned a starting spot tonight. I think he took some dumb shots, but I think he should start over Gaffney come Saturday.
That's fair.
But I do like Marreon off the bench, at least right now, because he still finished with probably some of the most minutes on the team.
Yeah.
He came in after not starting in that second half as well at I want to say 15-minute mark and played the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So he's still, regarded highly by Bobby for sure. Bobby knows better than anybody. I defend him a lot because I love his game and I watched him a lot last year in the MAC at Toledo. But I also, it says a lot that Bobby has so much faith in him because Bobby knows what he's capable of.
Yeah.
He might have started the season very poorly, but still, his court vision is invaluable and he plays hard. So I don't mind it.
What does that do for a player for the rest of the season when you're able to do something like he did toward the end of this game?
Well, dude, just hitting 2 threes in this game alone, I think was huge for him. Even though he was 2 for 6, he's shooting under 20% from the 3-point line in the season. This was big because not only does that show Bobby that these aren't bad shots, I can make these, but it also gives you confidence. Seeing the ball go through the hoop as a shooter is so undervalued, even just a layup, as I said. And I think the layup at the start of the game really skyrocketed his performance. So I think it does so much more than we can even imagine.
Yeah, these are confidence boosters, going forward that can really change the direction of a season. Now, does it happen? I feel like a TBD.
It's so early to tell. Because if they go out and lay a stinker against Stanford, I think they get killed in the next 4 games. But as I said, if they can beat Stanford, who is trending up at Stanford, it's going to do a lot because then 2 days they turn around and play USC at USC still in California. So this is a good case of 2 games in 3 days. This isn't a bad case. I'm glad they're playing those 2 games in 3 days.
Is Stanford a must win? Because I know we both felt like today's game was a must win.
Yeah. This was just so big. I don't want to get greedy and say it is, but it kind of is, just because you might get steamrolled. But I don't know. I don't know when they are going to come up to play. The Pac-12 tournament is a must win.
Yeah, 100%.
I just don't know, man. The Oregon win is getting better and better every day.
They were killing UConn not too long ago.
No, that was a women's team.
Still counts.
But that being said, Oregon, another team just like Arizona State, lots of transfers from different schools, couldn't figure it out, lost to a bad ASU team at the start of the year. And now it's really figured it out.
Yeah.
Some big wins over the last couple of weeks. And that gives you hope as Sun Devil fans.
You get into, if you can carry just a little bit of momentum, especially toward the end of the season into the Pac-12 tournament, there's more parity there. I'm not ruling out ASU.
I've never ruled it out.
Winning the Pac-12.
I've never ruled it out. And if you watch this show every day, I haven't ruled it out. I've almost said it every single day. It just matters who's hot at the right time.
They close out the season. Utah, Cal, Stanford.
Yep.
Assuming none of these postponements get pushed back or get thrown before then.
The Pac-12 tournament's on the next weekend after that. So I don't think they'd be able to put those.
The 9th to the 12th.
Yeah. So they might be. No, I don't think they'd be able to put one there for rest.
Let's say you win 2 of those 3.
The last 3?
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on what happens. Like if they win 2 of those 3, they also could have lost 9 of the last 10. You just don't know. But close. Oh, you're saying going into
for momentum.
Oh yeah. We win 2 of those 3. Oh, I'm feeling good.
They got Utah on one of those.
I'm feeling good.
And we just saw how bad Utah is.
Cal revenge game.
I'm here for it.
Oh,
why not?
Love it. Anything else to add about this game before we get out of here?
I'm just happy that they were able to get me a win
on
the first show, honestly.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here, man. It's just, clearly you're bringing some good luck, good juju. Hopefully it can continue.
They're not going to lose. I'm calling it.
If they don't lose the rest of the year, I will not only shave my mustache, but I will get eyebrow slits.
So if ASU, I feel like we got to tease this up a little bit.
Oh, what?
How many games they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus anything that gets rescheduled. 13 in a row?
No way.
Give me.
They have 14 games left because they still need to reschedule the UCLA game.
Okay, give me if they go 12-2 in that stretch. That stands.
Yes. Oh, and the Arizona game, so 15.
Okay, so 13-2.
Yes, yeah, I will. Yes, I will tease that. I'll go 12-3.
I'll take it.
Because look, if to go 12-3, they would need to win 3 of these games. UCLA, or they would need to not drop 3 of these games. You have UCLA twice, USC twice, ASU or U of A twice.
They beat USC once.
They would need to still win 2 more of those.
They beat UCLA. They're doing it.
So they sweep UCLA and beat USC once, and then lose twice to U of A.
Why not?
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. Well, guys,
why not them?
If you want to banter and yell at me in the Discord, go ahead and sign up for a membership at gophnx.com. That's the only way you can get in our members only Discord. It's always popping in there. Super fun time, not only with the Sun Devils Discord, but also all of the other sports that we cover here at PHNX, as well as PHNX bets, which we like to share our winnings and console each other in our losses. So make sure to head over and do that. First month for just 50 cents at gophnx.com. You can also get an annual membership for just under $60. You also get a free t-shirt with that. If you want to show some pride for the Valley, you can head over to phnxlocker.com. We got some sweet merch dropping all the time.
Oh yeah.
We got this PHNX Cardinals shirt on ahead of the big game tonight. We also just dropped a new Cardinals shirt. It's only available at the PHNX Locker. And members get deals of the week every single week. Deal of the week this week is buy one, get one 50% off all Cardinals merch in the PHNX Locker. We also got sticker packs and everything alike. And you also get your coverage of all the teams with our great writers over here at gophnx.com. So please join, become part of the family. We make it more fun to be a fan of Arizona sports. Anthony Totri, fantastic to have you. I'm really excited for these next couple of weeks, not only for ASU basketball, but for this show to grow.
Oh, yeah. Things are just getting started. I want to say thank you to the PHNX family for just welcoming me with open arms. The sun's here.
Mm-hmm.
So much different.
Snacks in the break room.
Snacks. Like, it's just winning basketball.
Woo!
Things are just getting started.
We love sports.
Sports.
Guys, been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Anthony on Twitter at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_Sun Devils. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, including YouTube right here. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like. If you're listening on audio, leave a 5-star review. Say something nice about Mr. Totri's hair.
Okay.
And we will see you here on Wednesday. Audio only on Wednesday. We'll be live on Friday and after the game on Saturday. Guys, it's been a pleasure. And without further ado, sports.